Hi everybody, Spider-Kel back once again for another DC Chess Collection review, number 31, Azrael. God, have I missed saying that. I have to admit, I really have. Apologies, first of all. It's been a long time since I've done a review or a video of any kind. The last one I did was the Batman and Robin Batmobile from the Batman and Robin movie from Automobilia. It's been a while since I did that one. It's been even longer since I've done one of the chess collection pieces. It's been quite simply a case of, I tried to do this review a while back, and I tried to do a few other reviews, things that I've picked up, and I wasn't really feeling it. I was kind of just not really being able to get into it. I was a bit preoccupied with, obviously, my family. Daniel's growing more and more every day, and it's just days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months, and before you know it, oh my god, we're in November and I turn 33 soon. And it's been a bit of a weird sort of couple of months for me. Work's been as busy as ever on top of my family, so it's been a bit of a hectic time, to be honest. And I just found myself, whenever I sat down to do one of these, I wasn't really focusing on it, and I wasn't really giving it all that I would like to. So I decided to take a bit of a break and just concentrate on other things. But I have missed it, I really have, and there's been a few times I've wanted to come back to it but not really had the time, and I've never been one to want to put a review out there just for the sake of putting a review out. If I'm not happy with it, why is anyone else going to be happy with it, So I decided I'd take a break, but now I really want to get through these and I really want to review them, and there's a few other things that I've got, and I've got so many things, and I find myself thinking I want to get back into it. So here I am, and why better to start than with the DC chess collection that I just adore reviewing. So we're looking at number 31 now, which is Azrael, Jean-Paul Valley, who takes over from Batman when Batman's back is broken by Bane in the Nightfall series. And that is really the only place I have ever read anything with Jean-Paul Valley in it. I know that he is quite a what's the word for it? He's quite a tormented person, shall we say. And he takes over the role of Batman when Bruce Wayne goes to heal himself, but he takes a lot more of a sadistic, sort of brutal approach, does things that Bruce Wayne would never do, lets criminals die, doesn't care if they get hurt, and he just goes about the Batman approach from a completely different angle to Bruce Wayne. So when Bruce Wayne comes back, he quickly takes the Batman mantle off him, which leaves Jean-Paul Valley just pretty much floating. At that point, he then becomes Azrael. That is where my knowledge of this character stops. The only place I have ever seen Azrael is in the Batman Arkham City game, when you do those side missions and Azrael turns up and then talks to you, and that's pretty much it. But that's the only place, and I thought, I wonder who this guy is. And then when I read this, I thought, at least I know more about him, but it still didn't interest me. It's not someone who I've really know a great deal about, if anything, and I don't know, it's just something that I've never really been interested in. So a bit of a weak bio, I suppose you could call it, but I don't really want to flesh this out by keeping on saying I don't know anything about him. At the end of the day, I don't. The only reason I do these reviews, as always, is for the chess piece itself, which I have my opinions on. So we'll move on to that, and we'll see what the piece is actually like. And here we have the Azrael piece itself. Now, as I said before, I don't know a great deal about this character. What I do know is that I really, really like this piece. It's a fantastic, well-sculpted piece, which I found really, really impressive. I don't need to know a great deal about the guy to know that I like what I see, kind of thing, But we'll move into the face, as we always do. And zooming in closer into the face, excuse me, you can see that we don't really have a face. It's kind of hidden behind the hood. We kind of more have a black face with just these two eyes staring out, and then the red over the mouth, which it really is impressive. I mean, obviously with the thing with Azrael is his face is hidden away, and that's a really good representation of him. And on the back there we have pretty much where his hood is, and folds down. But what I do love on the back is these kind of spindly bits that come out and flow down. I don't actually know what these are. I don't know if they're part of the cape or if they have any significance to the character or anything like that. I just really like them. It adds so much to this character and so much to this piece. I like as well how they're kind of the dark maroon kind of colour on the top here, but you can just see underneath here how the lighter red colour, which it just brings a little bit more to it. You know, it's in a kind of reminiscent as well how the cape is the same sort of way. Beautiful colouring on here as well with the gold and the red, and then these kind of designs on there. Of course he has his blades, which I've gone a bit too far down. There. He's got his blades that pop out from the wrist gauntlets, which I believe as well can burn with fire or something like that. I don't know. I just know from what I've read in this magazine anyway. But I do love as well how we have this really nice, you can just see through here, I can't zoom in anymore otherwise it goes out of focus, but you can see in here all the detailing he has on his gauntlets, which you do get on the character itself, and it's really nicely represented here. Nothing too flash, nothing too in your face as it were, but it's there and you can see it faintly when you're looking at it, and that really is a very nice touch. Very good design on there, very good sort of moulding. As we move further down as well, we just basically have ordinary red legs which go all the way down to the feet. But yeah, it's the gold across the belt here as well. It's just a really nice colourful piece, which does, when you put it on the board as well, it stands out because it looks just so bright and vibrant and colourful. A very good representation of this that I find very little fault with, apart from your usual paint smears, which, you know, it can either make or break a character, or it's just adds definition. On this one, it adds definition. It's nothing so, I mean, tiny bits around here, but you know, you're always going to find that nothing's ever going to be perfect, and this one it's beautifully made. It's a character I don't know a great deal about. It's a character I don't really care for a great deal. Azrael, as I said, all I know him from is Batman Arkham City, which I love that game, and I love the Azrael side missions. Really enjoyed doing them. That's as far as my interest goes. So that kind of diminishes slightly my appeal for this piece. So it's probably not going to be one of my favourites, just basically because it's based on a character that I don't really care for. But I don't necessarily hate him either. And I can still appreciate this for the really nice piece that it is. I love how it looks on the board. I love how it interacts with the other pieces that you get. And yeah, I think it's a very significant character from the Batman mythos that, you know, you're going to need in the lineup. And I can see why they've put it in. I can see why he's such a popular character. Just not for me personally, but the piece itself, I love this piece. I think it's a very well crafted, well designed, well painted piece that just looks really nicely on the board, and I'm very impressed with it. So that is pretty much all I can say. Beautiful paintwork throughout, really nice character design, very colourful. It's really, really impressive. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review, everyone. Apologies once more for the fact that it's been a long time coming. I hope it's been worth the wait, and one more review to go, and then this line will be finished, and I can then move on to my top 5 that I intend to do. But until then, I hope you all take care. I will see you very soon, but until then,